Why does Qifrey teach Coco water magic first? It's all because water magic is the safest, perfect for a complete beginner with no foundation at all. The first time Coco officially learned to draw magic, she messed up the length of the rune lines, and water sprayed all over her roommate Agot's face. If it had been fire magic, the consequences would have been disastrous. Additionally, the manga expands on this point. Qifrey himself specializes in water magic. In episode 5, he instantly subdued the giant scale dragon with a water dragon. That level of precision and fluidity shows his understanding of water is top tier. Teaching what he's best at makes his demonstrations far more convincing. One interesting detail here is that Qifrey personally hates water and hates getting wet. It's clearly stated in his official profile. The reason he mastered water magic is so he can control it perfectly and avoid getting any on himself. Someone who hates water but specializes in water magic is a true display of restraint and mastery. As for why Qifrey hates water, it's also related to the wide-brimmed witches. This ties into one of Qifrey's secrets. It was his past encounter with the wide-brimmed witches that made him detest water so deeply. Later, with the help of his close friend Olrugio, he overcame his aversion to water. Through a twist of fate, he became a mage who specializes in water magic. Do you know what gift the wide-brimmed hat gave to Coco? If you look closely, you'll notice that at the end of the latest episode, Coco picked up a bottle of ink as she was leaving. This shot is easy to miss, but it's deeply meaningful and hides a crisis. When the giant scale dragon was about to eat Coco and the others, Qifrey made a cool rescue and defeated the giant scale dragon with his spectacular water dragon magic. Just as Qifrey was about to lead them out of the labyrinth, he realized Coco was gone. It turned out she had been pulled aside by Igwin. Igwin said he had prepared a gift for Coco, but the scene never clearly showed what the gift was. One thing is certain though, this gift was far from ordinary. The animation team also hinted at a few small details. While Igwin was holding Coco, her hat kept appearing in the frame. When Igwin finally left, Coco's hat fell down from above, and a mysterious glint could even be seen. It's clear that this was when Igwin placed the gift inside her hat. At the end, when Qifrey and the others prepared to leave, that same bottle of ink appeared on screen once again. This is exactly the gift Igwin mentioned, a twin magic container, a pair of connected bottles. Once the magic is activated, anything placed in one bottle will appear in the other at the same time. Even if the ink is replaced, it cannot be detected. That's why Coco never noticed anything strange. Did you catch this detail? Do you know how rigorous the magic system in Witch Hat Atelier is? There's a very easy to miss detail in episode 5 of the anime that perfectly reveals just how precise this series' magic system is. When the 4 girls were trapped in the labyrinth of the giant scale dragon, Coco came up with a brilliant idea. Since the giant scale dragon was injured, why not make it a warm bed so it could sleep comfortably? But a problem arose. Agate quickly realized that the only material nearby that could support the giant scale dragon's massive body was sand. Yet none of the 4 fundamental sigils included an element to create sand. The 4th sigil could only transform between rock and gravel. The water sigil controlled water. The float sigil controlled air. The fire sigil created flame. Want sand? You had to have sand to begin with, or first turn rock into gravel. So Agat told Riche to use a destruction spell to blast apart the walls and obtain raw sand from the stone. Then she used the float sigil to manipulate the sand into a warm sand cloud. This logic is incredibly thorough. Magic cannot create something out of nothing. It can only change the form or position of matter. The magic system in Witch Hat Atelier is like a precise engineering discipline. It has clear inputs, strict rules, and uncrossable boundaries. That's why this series doesn't feel like an ordinary magic story. Why are mages allowed to create their own magic? Aren't the Magic Assembly worried that someone might accidentally create forbidden magic? In episode 5 of the anime, Tetya used her own self-created cloud magic to warm her companions during a crisis. She said she hoped to perfect this magic in the future, submit it for review as a shared magic, and let more people use it. This brings up an interesting question. The Magic Assembly allows mages to freely create new magic, yet at the same time strictly forbids forbidden magic. So aren't they afraid someone might accidentally create forbidden magic? The answer is actually hidden in the formula of magic. The 4 fundamental sigils are fire, water, light, and wind. All of them act on the physical world. To create magic that acts on the human body, specific sigils must be chosen. This cannot happen by accident from a simple combination mistake. Furthermore, the Magic Assembly has strict supervision over this. First, they never teach sigils that involve the human body. Second, any new magic must go through a review process before it can be used publicly. And finally, there is punishment. The Magic Knights are in charge of enforcing the laws. Offenders will have their memories erased or be exiled. The consequences are extremely serious. From the terrifying look in Qifrey's eyes when he severely warned the magic shop owner at the end of the anime, you can tell it's best not to get involved with the Magic Knights. So under these 3 layers of strict checks, mages only create magic by freely combining elements within a safe range. It is nearly impossible to accidentally create forbidden magic. Do you know this well-known rule in anime history? If you have white hair and blue eyes, your power level in that world is definitely top tier, the absolute strongest. In Witch Hat Atelier, episode 5, Qifrey embodies this rule perfectly. At the critical moment when Agate was about to be eaten by the giant scale dragon, he appeared suddenly, saved Agate from the dragon's jaws, and leaped over 328 feet into the air. Casting magic with one hand, he instantly cleared the dark clouds from the sky. Even Gojo Satoru would be impressed by how cool this was. And that wasn't all. Qifrey simply raised one hand and a giant golden glowing dragon took shape in the sky. It was a true dragon. The giant scale. Dragon from earlier was nothing compared to this golden dragon. There was a clear difference in their size. With just one attack, the giant scale dragon was defeated by this powerful magic and lay on the ground, unable to get up again. From saving Agate to finishing the fight, Qifrey only appeared in a few short scenes, but his strength was undeniable. You can tell just by looking at the way Agate stared at him. Thankfully, he's on the protagonist's side. If he were a villain, I honestly can't imagine who could stop it. All in all, Qifrey lives up to his white-haired character setting perfectly. What do you think?